Awesome. Well, give Emily your attention because she has something wonderful to share with you tonight. Go ahead, Emily.
Okay. That was really great singing, guys. So, hi, my name is Emily Shauneman, and I go to St. Thomas Aquinas High School. I'm a sophomore, and as of yesterday, am now 16. Lucky for me, my mother passed on her wonderful condition, basically called plantar fasciitis, which in short terms means I can only stand on my feet for so long, and then they start to really hurt. So that is why I'm sitting at the edge of the stage. So a little bit about my church life. I got baptized when I was really little, don't remember much, and slowly we just got out of the routine of going to church. My parents never went, so I never really went. I'm like 5, I'm not going to drive myself. So I was just living my best life, but always had a little something missing, and I knew who God was, but that was about the extent of it. And I went to a public school, so they're not really teaching me much about it. One day, August 26, 2013, to be very exact, me and my family were going down to the lake, and we had made it about 2-ish hours, and I'm at the point where I'm sleeping, but not really. My eyes are closed, but I'm fully aware of what's going on, if you've ever been there. So that was me. And my mom got a phone call, and we turned the car around. And I am thinking what it could possibly be so dang important that we are going all the way back home. So we get home, finally, and my mom got in the car, and she drove off. So I asked my dad, I was like, what's going on? And he's like, my mom is going to the hospital to visit Paul, who is her dad. So that's a picture of me and him when we were real little. So basically I went to bed, didn't think much of it. And the next day I woke up and found out that he had had a stroke because of his ongoing heart problems. And he was okay, but he was paralyzed in the entire left side of his body. So although sad, my Nana stayed very faithful to God throughout all of this. And my pa went through a lot. But everyone told me he was getting better and things were looking up and he was starting to move more. And this gave me hope. May 15th, 2017, they moved off to Phoenix. But it was for the better, so it was okay. It was going to be warm there, and he was moving more, and it was okay. July 17th, 2019, he got to meet God. We had a little confusion with the middle school. For those of you who don't understand, he did pass away. So I was realizing now that life was very short, and I was starting to realize that, but it was okay because my Nana was going to come back to Kansas, and I was going to get to be with her. She didn't come back to Kansas. So I was mad. My pa just died, and the one thing I had to look forward to was her coming back, and now she wasn't. And all I could remember of my pa was the dude in the wheelchair, and my Nana wasn't even there. But everyone, especially, I was mad at God. Yes, I didn't go to church much, but I felt like betrayed by him. Why would he do this to me? Why would he put me through this? What did I do wrong? I kept asking myself that. I talked to my Nana a lot through this, and even though she had lost the guy she had been with for over half of her life, she stayed faithful to God throughout all of this. Throughout planning his funeral and everything going on, she did a lot of praying, and she showed me that it wasn't God's fault, and he didn't do anything wrong, but she showed me it was okay to be frustrated with him. You get mad at your mom, and you still love her. She talked to me a lot about starting my faith up again, so I did, and we went to church every Sunday. It felt wrong, though. I felt like a bad Christian. While I was mad at God, everyone in the room seemed to love him and worship him and be happy with him. I felt different from everyone else at church. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be at church, or at least I shouldn't be, and I started to question this whole thing. That is why one of my favorite stories from the Bible is Thomas. In John 20:24 through 29, it is said, But he said to them, unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my fingers where the nails were and put my hands into his side, I will not believe. A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, Peace be with you. Then he said to Thomas, Put your fingers in here, see my hands, reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe. Thomas said to him, My Lord, my God. Then Jesus told him, Because you have seen me, you have believed. Bless those who have not yet seen, but have yet believed. In the Bible, it seems like everyone always loves God and is faithful to him and believes in him right away. So I related to Thomas because he was also doubtful like I was. I needed someone to impact me because I doubted that Jesus wanted to love me. I didn't believe he wanted to be there for me. And I needed someone to stick out their hands for me because unfortunately, though Thomas was very fortunate, I did not think God was coming down to stick his hands out for me. But God used a person. That person was Todd. So to this day, I don't think he realizes the impact he has made for me. But to see God working through him and see him doing so much for me without even realizing it, Todd has done lots of things, even though simple, like asking me how my week was going, asking me if I needed anything, asking me what events I had and wanting to go to them. He showed me that I was truly cared about. Todd was the reason I wanted to come to church. He made me feel loved and cared about, and he made me feel like I was wanted there. Without him, I would not be where I am today. I've been impacted by my small group and my leaders, all because of Todd. He was the reason I kept coming back. Todd stuck out his hands for me and helped me realize it's okay to be mad at God, and faith is a roller coaster, and that's okay. He stuck his hands out for me and to this day has made such an impact on my life. By going to church, I was able to meet my small group and my leaders who have made me feel like it was a space. I was able to ask questions and learn more about God, all because of one person who made an impact in my life. So this week, I want to challenge you to make an impact on someone. It doesn't have to be big. It could be simple things like asking someone how their day was, or hanging out with them when they're upset, or going and getting ice cream with them. Or it could be bigger things. It doesn't matter, but you guys can all make an impact, just like Todd and my small group leaders and my friends have done for me. Thank you.